Hey there and welcome to your Airdrie real estate market update for August 2023. And depending on which segment of the market you're in, you could be seeing a very different real estate market play out for you right now. Halfway through the summer now, and we're seeing some areas of the market slow down slightly, as we'd expect for this time of year, but other areas continue to press forward stronger than ever. And we're going to get into all of that, including what prices are doing, what styles of homes are performing best, and what to expect for the rest of the year. But before we jump into the numbers, go down and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as always so you can stay up to date on all things Airdrie real estate. And don't forget, if you'd like neighborhood specific market updates, I send out monthly updates for each and every neighborhood in Airdrie and Calgary that show you the stats for your exact neighborhood and shows you the sold property data as well in there. So there's a link in the description below. If you'd like to sign up for that monthly report, go ahead and click that and fill out your information, and I'd be more than happy to get that report sent off to you. All right, well now let's pull up the Airdrie market graphic here, and here you'll see that we had 194 sales overall in Airdrie in July. That is down about 12% compared to June, which is very common from June to July. We typically do see a 10 to 20% decline in sales going into this first full month of summer. And we had 230 new listings in July, again down slightly from June, but also a very common reduction to see through the summer. Now we have moved back up above 200 listings here in Airdrie now, starting August with 205 active listings here in the city. Now all of that sales data gives us an overall month supply of 1.06 months. Now, if you remember, the last couple months we've been below 1 month supply, which means we were in an extreme seller's market. Now, over 1 month is still very much a seller's market, but not quite as crazy as under 1 month supply. Though you will see a little later in this video, there are still segments of the market that are in that extreme seller's market territory. Now for our timeline of sales, our average days on market continues to linger around the low 20s here in Airdrie, now at an average days on market of 23 days, and our overall prices in Airdrie are currently sitting 4.4% higher than we were last year. So of course this paints a very general picture, but what's happening in the different segments of the market? We're going to look at styles of homes first, and then we're going to look through the different price ranges. So starting with our apartment style condos, which continue to be on an absolute tear here in 2023. For these we saw another price move up 2.2% in just the last month, now sitting at a benchmark price of $247,000, and this is a year-over-year increase for those apartments of 14.3%. Now moving on to the row homes, also no signs of the market slowing here, with a price increase of 2% for the row homes in the last month, giving them a current benchmark price of $342,500 and showing a year-over-year increase of 12.5%. Now the apartments and row homes are the two styles currently still in that extreme seller's market territory, both currently seeing just 0.6 months of supply in their markets. Now moving on to the semi-detached homes, here we saw a price increase of 0.5% in the last month, giving them a benchmark price of $468,000 currently. And here with the semi-detached, we're seeing right now 2 months of supply, which is definitely the highest months of supply of any of the styles currently, and by quite a lot. So we're going to see if that's going to continue throughout the summer, or if it's going to end up being just a little blip in the data that we're seeing this month. And now last but not least, and our largest portion of the market here in Airdrie, and that's our detached homes. Here we saw a price increase of 0.7% in the last month, giving us a benchmark price of over $600,000 now at $601,000 for that benchmark price. And this is the first time that we've ever seen our detached homes over that $600,000 mark. So after reviewing all of that, you can see that the apartments and townhomes continue to outperform detached and semi-detached homes this year. Now this is due primarily to affordability, with most of them being more affordable compared to those semi-detached and detached homes here in Airdrie. Now, of course, when we see this, when we see those two styles outperforming the other two styles, there's always a breaking point at some point where the trend's going to shift. At some point, the apartments and townhomes will appreciate to a point where the detached and semi-detached start to look like better investment value. And then we'll see those styles pick up again and possibly see the apartments and townhouses start to slow down a bit. Now, I'd love to hear from you on this one. how much longer do you think those apartments and townhouses will outperform the detached and semi-detached homes? 1 more month, 6 more months, not till 2025. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Okay, so we've looked at the styles. Now let's look at the price ranges and how the market is acting in each of those ranges. And we're going to look exclusively at the price range itself. So within each range, there's going to be a mix of different styles of homes. So let's start first with the $0 to $300,000 range. In July, we saw 30 sales in this price range, and we currently have an inventory of 20 listings. That gives us a month supply of just 0.66 months here, so well within that seller's market territory. And I should also mention that 14 of those current 20 listings are conditionally sold. So the market in this range is very fast paced right now. Now moving on to the $300,000 to $500,000 range. Here we saw 67 sales in July and currently have an inventory of 47 homes. So here we see a month's supply of just 0.7 months. So again, in that extreme seller's market territory. And now on to the $500,000 to $700,000 range. Here we had 77 sales in July and we currently have an inventory of 70 homes. So in this range we have 0.91 months of supply, still in the extreme seller's market range, but not quite to the levels that we see below $500,000. And now finally, let's look at everything above $700,000. So in July, we saw 21 sales in this range, but we currently have an inventory of 66 homes, which gives us a month's supply here of over 3 months. So here is where the seller's market really seems to jump off a cliff. Now, of course, it's not an automatic flip of the switch at 700,000, but once you cross that line, the higher you go, the further you seem to get from a seller's market. So in a pretty big way, it's the under $500,000 range that's really driving the market right now here in Airdrie. All right, well now we've reviewed the activity for the styles of homes and the price ranges. So what's going on through the rest of the year? Well, we saw the price increases slow down from an overall standpoint in July, still increasing, but not quite as fast. So I think we're going to see that through August as well and into September, at least for the first half of September. Then I think there's a good chance that we get a little boost of activity from about mid-September through November. Now this is going to be more of a seasonal thing with some people wanting to move into their new homes before Christmas. And then I think we're going to go through winter and see a slow but steady price increases before going up a bit more into next spring. Now, of course, I don't know exactly how things are going to play out. That's just how I could see it going for the next few months. But if you are buying or selling, the type of market you're in right now is so dependent on your style of home and your price range. So if you'd like to make a plan, whether you're planning to buy or sell, I'd love to have a chat with you to work out a plan that fits your unique situation. You can comment below or reach out to me anytime. All of my information is in the description below. My name is Brad Walker, your local Airdrie realtor with Real Broker. I hope you learned something today, and we'll see you in the next video.